Well, coming up on today's show and staying with our theme of We Take You There, we are in the Grand Lake St. Mary's area and checking out several things. I had an opportunity to stop by the Armstrong Air and Space Museum. We checked out some real quality campgrounds if you're coming up here on vacation. And I had a chance to get the Fort Recovery Museum and Monument. Renee, what did you find?
Well, thanks, Mike. We visited Wapakoneta, where they have so much going on this summer and beyond. And right now, we're even at a dairy farm where you can learn all about how they make the milk and get it to the grocery stores. Plus, so much more. You don't want to miss this show. I'm Renee Joseph, and along with Mike Kilburn, we are Out and About Columbus.
Well, as we kick off the show at the Grand Lake St. Mary's, we stop by the Visitor Center to talk to Donna to find out why you want to come up here and visit the Grand Lake St. Mary's, and there is a ton of reasons. Donna told us more. Tell our viewers a little bit about why they would want to come up here and visit the Grand Lake.
Well, you know, the Grand Lake region, not only does it have Ohio's largest inland lake with Grand Lake St. Mary's at 13,500 acres. I got that memorized. Yeah. But there's a lot of history in the area. Armstrong Museum, Fort Recovery, there's the Bicycle Museum of America in New Bremen. Really gems to come visit. Plus, you get all that wonderful lakeside amenities. You can sit on a patio. If you're not someone who doesn't want to boat, fish, kayak, swim, whatever, just come up and sit on one of our wonderful patios. And most of the time, the sun's shining, and you can...
You know, what about wineries and breweries and those kinds of things?
We have those too. We have a Brews and Vines Trail. Probably talk maybe a little more about that later on. We also have some great coffee shops, candy stores. I mean, we have gourmet ice cream places. I mean, it's almost like being in the big city without the traffic.
What about accommodations? Everyone that travels, they always want to know about, you know, whether they're camping or they Airbnb or whatever. How's it set up here?
We have all of that too. We've got some really wonderful short-term rentals. We've got some homes that'll sleep 30 people. If you want to have a big family reunion on the lake, you can do that. We also have some great hotels. The new one that opened was Boardwalk Village. They're kind of cottage rentals, but they're in a Key West style. You'll find them in bright yellow, blue, green. It's a really nice resort.
Well, give us some contact information where we can learn more about the Grand Lake St. Mary's. And, of course, you have the Seymour book, right?
Yeah.
This is a lot of what's going on up here, correct?
You can find that online also with our seymour.org, our website. The book is on there. You can download it or just leaf through it at home digitally.
Have you ever wondered how you get the milk that you buy at the grocery store? Well, you can learn all about that at MVP Dairy Learning Center right here in Salina. Allison told us all about the activities that you can participate in when you visit the center. Well, tell everybody, what are we going to experience when we come to MVP Dairy Learning Center?
So we're an actual modern dairy farm that is a working dairy farm and just happens to be open to the public. So we share a little bit about our story about how we do things here through an interactive dairy learning center.
Why did you decide to open your doors to the public?
Only about 1% of our population is involved in food and agriculture. And so there's often a lot of questions about what we're doing on our farms. And so we wanted to provide a space for our community and beyond so they could actually come in and learn and see things firsthand. The milking parlor is actually designed off of principles that keep the cows very comfortable, and they are herd animals. So they like to be in there alongside their herd mates and actually being able to see the cows, their other herd mates, while they're making their ride around. So it's a very calming process.
Wonderful. I think this is really a fun thing to do, and what a great thing for kids this summer.
Yeah, so the kids love the virtual realities that we have here. So the kids can actually experience putting on the milker virtually through our VR stations, or also explore the freestyle barn. We have something for all ages. So we have matching games that people can match their yogurt cup games for the really young kids that come in, on up to virtual realities. But we aim to have something for everyone. So depending on the day, we may be offering shuttle rides through the barn, but I would suggest always calling ahead or checking our website or even our social media. So dairylearningcenter.com does have our most up-to-date hours and information, as well as following us on TikTok at MVP Dairy, and also Instagram and Facebook at MVP Dairy as well.
The history of space exploration is very interesting, and if you want to explore that a little bit deeper, I highly recommend the Neil Armstrong Air and Space Museum located in Wapakoneta, Ohio. We talked to Logan Rex, and he told us all about the museum, the history, and some of the things that you must see when you visit here.
We were founded in 1972, just 3 years after Armstrong had walked on the lunar surface. So we are dedicated to his legacy and all Ohio astronauts that have been into space. So right now we have 26 Ohioans that have broken the bonds of gravity and traveled into space.
So what are some of the exhibits that are just must see when you come here?
Yeah, so one thing definitely is standing right here. This is the Gemini 8. This is the first space mission that Armstrong took in 1966. We have 2 of his spacesuits. We have 4 crafts altogether that were flown by Armstrong. We believe that might be the most of any museum here. And just other things that are related to the space shuttle era, early space such as the Mercury missions like John Glenn. So yeah, I mean, if you're interested at all in aerospace or aviation or just Ohio history in general, this is a great place to come. It's one of the great things of working here is just seeing the inspiration on kids' face. They want to become astronauts. They see the hard work that it takes to go into space, and it's not even being an astronaut. I mean, there's a lot of people. I mean, just on the Apollo mission alone, there were 400,000 people that worked on that project, and everyone had to do their job just as perfectly as Armstrong and the other astronauts did. So it really just shows that you might not be the face, but your job is just as important in this field. So
what are some of the events that people can find here at the museum?
Most recently, we're going to have the Summer Moon Festival, which is coming up in July. So we will have an astronaut here for our astronaut gala. We have things out on the front lawn, and even the downtown has things that are going on, activities for people of all ages.
And what's that website?
It's www.armstrongmuseum.org.
Are you seeing mold, mildew, or even foundation issues in your basement? C&J Basement Solutions is Central Ohio's basement repair expert.
We had the moldy smell, took some boards off the wall and realized we may have had a little bit of bigger issue than we thought. So C&J came in, showed us some great solutions, and saved us thousands and thousands of dollars basically over everybody else.
So to save thousands over the other basement companies, contact C&J Basement Solutions at 614-714-4842 or cnjbasementsolutions.com. Keep up with O&A. Follow us on Instagram at Out and About Columbus. We take you there.
Right behind me is beautiful Grand Lake, where you can enjoy all kinds of water sports and activities. We're in Salina, Ohio, where they have all kinds of activities to do this summer. They've got festivals, they have a great downtown and restaurants. It's definitely something you want to put on your list of things to do. Stacy told us more about why people love to visit Salina. Thrilled to be here today. Tell everybody, what makes Salina so special?
You know, when you think of Salina, I would say the people. You know, the people are very welcoming. We want you to come in and visit, and we want you to see what we're all about and why Salina is such the perfect place to live, work, and play.
What do you have going on this summer that's fun that people would love to come and check out?
Oh, you need to come to Salina this summer. We have so many great things going on. Obviously, we have the lake. Grand Lake is a gorgeous, humongous lake that everybody comes out to ski and boat and play. It's so much fun. But aside from that, we have lots of different festivals. In July, we host our Taste of Salina, where that is a great street block party in downtown Salina where everybody comes to visit just to try eateries and listen to live music. It's just a fun night for the family. And then one of our other big events this summer is the Salina Lake Festival, which people come home, new visitors come and visit. This is all held down by Grand Lake, where people get to just enjoy a weekend, a great festival for everyone. Salina is just a perfect place for families to come, or even young couples, older, anybody, because when you come to Salina, you're not only going to have the lake, but we have fabulous restaurants. We have a great downtown atmosphere. We have beautiful parks and recreation recreation is just such a fabulous place to come and check out. Well, we have our website, which is www.salinamercer.com. And we also encourage people to contact our visitor center, which is seamore.org, because those are going to be all the places that you can find out all the great information about our area.
If you're looking for a quality campground, look no further than the State Campground at the Grand Lake St. Mary's. This place is chock full of amenities for the whole family to come and enjoy. Whether it's boating or going to the pool, you will absolutely love it. We talked to Dave, and he told us more. So let's talk a little bit about the campground. How many sites do you have here?
We have a total of 208 sites, 34 full-service hookups, and all of our sites, with the exception of 12, have 30, 50, and 80 amp hookups. Wow. We have a bunch of different amenities. We have a pool, a splash pad, a volleyball court, giant checkers, 2 playgrounds, gaga ball, basketball, putt-putt golf. We're the only state park that has a dog park inside the campground. We book up, especially on major holidays. Within 2 weeks, we'll be booked full. We are one of the few parks in the state that have our own boat ramp right here, and we also have 16 docks, so we can hold 32 boats for our campers only. It's a great park for boating. The lake, of course, is the largest inland lake in the state. It's just a phenomenal place for people to come. And
the campers that come here and enjoy this just talk about how clean this park is.
So it's a big hats off to our camp hosts here at Grand Lake St. Mary's State Park. We have our main staff cleaning it, and then the camp hosts come through several times a day and keep them nice and tidy. The staff are just very well trained, and they treat it like it's their own. We need somebody here 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Of course, we don't have the staffing to do that. So the nice thing is I put a camper host on each loop in the campground, makes them available for the campers when they're coming in, whether they don't know where their campsite is, where the shower houses are, anything that the campers need, our camp host can typically get.
Tell us how we make reservations to come up here and enjoy the Grand Lake St. Mary's.
Just go on to odnr.gov and type in Grand Lake St. Mary's State Park camping. They'll be able to make reservations as early as 6 months out.
Wapakoneta has many fun things to do this coming summer and beyond, with festivals, other attractions, and events. You don't want to miss it. Jackie told us more about some of the things you can look forward to this summer.
Our downtown is such a gem for our locals and for people who enjoy it from far and wide. It is like a throwback in the terms of the historic buildings, but it is very vibrant and modern when it comes to the shops and the eateries that are here. All year long, there's so much fun things to do in this area, but festivals really do reign in the summertime in these parts. In Wapakoneta, the Summer Moon Festival is what you want to attend every July around the landing anniversary, the moon landing anniversary around July 20th. That's when we hold this week-long experience that people come and enjoy. We close the streets to have a really down-home festival with lots of food trucks, fun things for the kids to do, and live music, as well as contests like a wiener dog race, bed races where lots of teams race on beds through a top-secret obstacle course every year.
Well, tell us about the big eclipse event that's coming up in 2024.
The Great North American Solar Eclipse will bring so many people to this area. Wapakoneta is in the path of totality, which means there'll be complete darkness for the longest period of time. So we invite everyone, not only in Ohio, but from all over, to come and enjoy the events. It falls on a Monday, April 8th, to be exact. Always just go to wapakoneta.com. We keep a community calendar there. There's all kinds of links where you can find out more information about anything that you might be interested in doing.
Are you concerned about love, money, career, or other life decisions? Explore your future with professional psychic medium Susan Rollins.
For nearly 30 years, I have successfully guided people of all ages and backgrounds through many life choices and decisions.
To start on your path of discovery with Susan, call 614-804-1450 or go to SusanRollins.com today.
Would you like your business to make an appearance on an upcoming episode of Out and About Columbus? Send your contact information to info@outandaboutcolumbus.com to learn more.
We had sport fishing is great, and we met a guy that can take you out and show you how to do some really cool crappie fishing. His name is Matt Tuttle. He's a championship fisherman, and he has a guided service that is just unbelievable. Matt Tuttle told us more. Tell me what someone can expect when you take them out on their first time.
It's real simple. They just show up. I provide everything for them. They don't have to pack anything. They don't have to bring their own equipment. I provide all the rods, reels, tackle, ice in the cooler for their drinks, the snacks, the life jackets. It's just simple, step off the dock into the boat with me. I do a max of 2 at a time. I do take single people, just one person out, but a lot of my trips are 2 people.
For someone who's not familiar with crappie fishing, what is it, like drip fishing, or how does it work?
Here on Grand Lake St. Mary's, it's a real shallow fishery. And so we actually use a cork and a jig. Our lake is really developed, so we have a lot of channels, a lot of canals, and so we're fishing real close. So we're not doing a whole lot of casting, we're not drifting or anything. We're up hand-to-hand combat with them in the woods, seawalls, and that kind of thing.
Let's talk a little bit about your credentials. Why people would want to come out here and do this with you? Why are you an expert at it? And so tell us a little bit about that.
Sure. I fish about 270 days a year. So I'm moving with the fish. If they start in the back of the canals, they're working their ways out. Every day can be different. So when people come with me and they do a guide trip, they may not be biting, but I have to figure out how to get those fish to bite, put them in the right spot, and so they can have a great day.
Well, give us some contact information where we can learn more.
Sure. I've got all over social media, Facebook, Matt Tuttle Fishing, Matt Tuttle's Crappie Guide Service. I'm on Instagram, Matt Tuttle Fishing. I'm on TikTok, Matt Tuttle Fishing. You can find me anywhere. And I have a website, the same, matttuttlefishing.co, CO that is. And there you can book a trip right off the website, or you can message me direct, or you can call me at 419-905-6976.
St. Mary's is celebrating its bicentennial all year long with lots of fun activities. Plus, they're getting ready to celebrate Summerfest. Zach told us more about the events you can look forward to.
Thankful this year to be celebrating our 200th birthday, the bicentennial for the city. St. Mary's has always been historical. We are situated between the farmlands and the Grand Lake St. Mary's. So every year, the St. Mary's Chamber of Commerce holds its Summerfest the second full weekend in August. And this year, we're trying to make it bigger and better because it is our bicentennial. We're going to have many food vendors, lots of rides, and extra special singers and bands this year. So it's going to be a bigger event than ever. We always have a parade that goes through town. And if you're really looking forward to checking out St. Mary's and our area and all the history that it involves, that's a great weekend to come because you get to see lots of things going on around town. The St. Mary's Summerfest is a private committee of just citizens that help to run it, but it benefits our St. Mary's Chamber of Commerce. So all of the money that's raised goes to our Chamber of Commerce, helps promote local businesses, and we're really excited because St. Mary's is definitely in a bit of a renaissance. Downtown we see new buildings coming, we see new restaurants, we see new shopping, and this money from Summerfest helps to fund our chamber, which promotes those businesses all year round. The bicentennial is a year-long celebration in 2023 for St. Mary's. We have lots of events, largely centering around our new historic theater that has been renovated and is continuing to be renovated. We have some concerts and summer concerts that are coming here this year, and just a large variety of events all year round. We can check out the Chamber of Commerce's website, which is stmarysohio.org.
Well, Ohio is rich in history, and coming to a place like Fort Recovery Museum and Monument is like the pages of history coming alive. We had an opportunity to learn more about the history of this place and what you're going to find from Kim.
The way I look at it, people learn about history in school, and they learn the basics about a lot of things, but they can come here into a small museum, they can deep dive into a specific part of history, which they wouldn't get anywhere else, and I think that's why these museums are so important.
So, Kim, what are they going to see when they come here?
Well, the first thing they're going to see is the museum itself. They'll come in here and go around this museum and see a lot of artifacts from the actual battle site, the stories told on these murals. So they'll learn about St. Clair's defeat and then the Battle of Fort Recovery. We have a huge room upstairs, which has one of the largest collections of indigenous artifacts from dating back to 16,000 years. We have 2 reconstructed blockhouses, which were built in the 1950s. And also the monument is here in town. It's not on this site, but it's across town. It's not a large museum, but we have a lot of people that come in to deep dive into the history of historians come in. We have a lot of school groups. A lot of the local schools bring kids in here. What I see is some homeschool groups come in. They bring their kids in and use it as an opportunity for like a field trip for their kids. And they really, really appreciate it, being able to have it narrated. Like I narrate the tours. We can take up to a 2-hour tour with these kids, and that's always really rewarding. As we learn more about the history of a site, we bring in different perspectives, and these different perspectives clarify what actually happened here from, like here it'd be the Euro-Americans and the Native Americans. So we're getting a clear picture, brings better clarity and a greater perspective.
So Kim, where can we learn more about Fort Recovery Museum and Monument?
People can go to our website at fortrecoverymuseum.com, and we're on Facebook as well, Fort Recovery State Museum and Fort Recovery Historical Society.
Now, where do you turn? Who do you call? Columbus Collision Center is your one-stop body shop when your vehicle's been in an accident. From first call to completed repair, Columbus Collision Center makes it easy to get your vehicle safely back on the road fast. So when you need that quality one-stop body shop, call Columbus Collision Center at 614-350-8251 or go to columbuscollision.com. Like the Out and About Facebook page for pictures, video, and more on the show, including news on upcoming shows and even exclusive behind-the-scenes content. That's facebook.com/OutandAboutColumbus.
Southwestern Auglaize County Chamber of Commerce services 3 communities in their area: New Bremen, New Knoxville, and Minster. Sarah told us more about the attractions and events that draw people to these areas.
So here at the Southwestern Auglaize County Chamber, we have New Bremen, New Knoxville, and Minster that we have all underneath our little chamber umbrella, which we call the Golden Triangle. Each area has wonderful historical societies. If you're big into history, they have great things in their buildings. We either have our swimming pools, our splash pads. We have the Bicycle Museum of America here in town in New Bremen, along with a cute little theater. We have the Miami-Erie Canal that you can go on nice walks at your lunch or in the evenings. We have our festivals coming up, which is great attraction to bring people in the area and see what we do offer. They all start with our Independence Day Festival in New Knoxville at the end of the month. Then we roll over into the Fireman's Picnic, Bremen Fest, Pumpkin Fest, and then we finish up with Oktoberfest. So we have a lot of festivals that go on in our summer months and into the fall. Well, we definitely try to promote everybody's business, whether it's small businesses to large manufacturing. We want to make sure that everybody is aware of what we have in our area, and hopefully that will then bring people to our area to want to, plant their roots and thrive here with us as well.
Well, I have to tell you, New Bremen is beautiful. It's such a nice community. Tell us how we can find out more information about what you have in this area and what people can do.
Well, you can visit the Chamber website at www.auglaize.org, and there's a few tabs that they can list, or they can call us at the office at 419-629-0313.
Sarah, thank you so much for coming on today and sharing your beautiful towns with us. And we really love coming out here.
Well, thank you guys for making the trip. We appreciate it.
Well, the Grand Lake St. Mary's has a lot of great events during the summer months, and one of them that's coming up is the Brews and Vines Trail. This is something that you're going to want to come up. Remember, it's only a couple hours from the Columbus area to come up to the Grand Lake St. Mary's and check this place out. Donna told us about this event as well as some of the upcoming events over the summer. Looks beautiful.
Lots of stuff going on, lots of development and new businesses, and it's a pretty exciting time.
Well, let's talk about your Brews and Trails. I guess it's a big event coming up. Brings a lot of people in.
Well, it's our Brews and Vines Trail. It is year-round, so folks can do this anytime. Maybe you want to take a weekend and visit a couple and then visit a couple more. It's actually 7 coffee houses, 7 coffee shops, 4 wineries, and 5 breweries. And all these little small businesses, you go in and great hospitality, more important, great beverages. And if you visit a certain number, you can win a t-shirt, you can win a cap, and we do have a starter pack for you to head out with when you first sign up. So it's kind of a little contest, and yet it's a fun thing to do at the same time.
If you travel Ohio, there's just so many great things to do.
There are. In our area, particularly, volunteerism is pretty strong. The Lake Festival comes up at the end of July, and that is a huge event. You'll see 20 to 40 amphicars in the lake, driving around town. It's a lot of fun. They have a grand parade. They have fireworks over the lake. That is a big, big festival.
So, Donna, how do you wind the season down here at the Grand Lake?
Well, we don't really want to wind it down, but I guess Oktoberfest in Minster is probably the last big event that we have. And oh boy, is that fun. That little village of about 2,000 people ends up being about 50,000 people that weekend. And, you got to wear your lederhosen, Mike. You got to come up sometime and do a little German dance for us.
Yeah, I can probably handle that.
The chicken dance.
Yeah, exactly. Well, at least I can handle that one, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's a great time. They have a grand parade there too, and just wonderful German music. Polka dances all weekend long. It's a fun event. Just go to seymour.org is our website, and all the information will be there.
The Maria Stein Shrine of the Holy Relics is one of the largest documented holy relics collection in the United States. Matt told us more about some of the notable saints that are in the collection, as well as what you can look forward to that's new this year. Tell us what saints can be found here that are notable.
Yeah, we have a number of the early Christian martyrs that would have been martyred before about the year 313, as well as some moderns. So we have the hair of John Paul II, hair of Mother Teresa, Padre Pio, John the 23rd, Pier Giorgio Frassati, Saint Faustina, and then some of the Americans too, Blessed Rother, Blessed Solanus Casey, Elizabeth Ann Seton, and John Newman, and folks like that.
Besides the relics, what else can be found here at the shrine?
Yeah, folks can come to our Heritage Museum, which is on the second floor. It kind of chronicles the lives of the sisters that lived here at one time, as well as the German Catholics that settled in this area. There's Eucharistic adoration in this main chapel here, 3 afternoons a week, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. There's Mass here on Saturday mornings. There's beautiful grounds. We have 19 acres of grounds that are well kept by volunteers. And then there's a gift shop as well on first floor. We're opening a bake shop up on third floor, the Brunner Bake Shop, and it'll have kind of artisan breads as well as cookies and cupcakes and hot cross buns and pilgrim rolls and plenty of coffee and goodies for any pilgrims that come out this way this summer. This summer, we're actually doing 10 a.m. drop-in tours on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So any size group, there's no RSVP needed. Just come to the shrine here in Maria Stein on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 10 a.m. and there'll be somebody here to show you around, give you some history and some information on the chapels.
How do we find out more information?
Go to our website, mariasteinshrine.org, our Facebook page as well, or feel free to email us, call us, 419-925-4532.
We're taking you around Ohio to all the best places to see and do this season. Whether it's local favorites, amazing destinations, and everything in between. Rain or shine, we take you there. Closed captioning brought to you by Explore Hocking Hills. Spring is sprung and it's a great time to visit the Hocking Hills. For more information, go to exploreHockingHills.com.